Alright guys, so before we get started with the video, I want to tell you about today's sponsor, Echo of Soul. Now, Echo of Soul is a pretty cool MMO game based around a dungeons and raids aspect, and like many other MMOs, it's a pretty complex game. There are over 2,000 stories in the questline that allow you to naturally grow your character's strengths and abilities, along with 7 unique classes ranging from paladins to warriors, warlocks, and things like that. They also divide into 14 different class systems. Unlike the usual trinity in most MMOs, however, Echo of Soul doesn't follow the standard, tanks, healers, and DPS, as there is no healing class in this game. One thing I do like is the amount of customizations though. Like in the cash shop, you can get all kinds of cool things from clothing to mounts, and the one thing I like the most is that you can even get your own pets out of here, which it's kind of like, I guess, demon pets, but it's still kind of cool to me. Anyways, if you guys want to check it out, there will be a download link below, but without further ado, let's get into the video. Ever since Goku and Vegeta first met, their rivalry has been unmatched, and they're undoubtedly one of the most iconic duos in history. From the moment they were both born, however, they were destined to live very different lives. Vegeta grew up the son of royalty, while Goku, after landing on Earth as a baby, was raised in the life of martial arts and went on to make many friends during his time on Earth. But what if the roles reversed? What if Vegeta was the one that was sent to Earth while Goku grew up a fierce Saiyan warrior? This is a story called Dragon Ball Super Vegeta Den, and it tells the tale of Vegeta getting sent to Earth instead of Goku and everything that led up to it. If you want to keep up with more awesome stories just like this one, be sure to go join the Dragon Ball Fan Manga Facebook page down below and subscribe here for more. So, the first thing we see is Frieza's spaceship somewhere off in the universe, and on board, Frieza is talking to King Vegeta, telling him that the Saiyans have become too much of a threat now, and he plans to kill them. King Vegeta tells him that even if Frieza decides to kill him, his will live on through his son, but Frieza says after he's finished with him, the entire planet Vegeta will be next. The next thing Vegeta does is release an energy sphere into the sky, and then as he turns around and looks into the ball of light in the sky, he starts to change. King Vegeta takes on the form of Great Ape on the Frieza spaceship, and before the battle with Frieza begins, he tells him that the one thing that Frieza should always terrify is that within each and every Saiyan lies the potential to become a Super Saiyan. Frieza, however, says that he is the Emperor of the universe, and as such, he fears nothing. Vegeta fires an energy blast from his mouth right at Frieza, and while it is a direct hit, Frieza remains unscathed. Vegeta is shocked, but Frieza, of course, asks if that's all he's got. With the swipe of 2 fingers, Frieza cuts his arm off, and then he raises into the air and starts to form a supernova. He says that the fall of King Vegeta will launch in a new era where Frieza rules free of defiance. He launches the supernova at King Vegeta, and it destroys him almost instantaneously. And with that, the King of the Saiyans has been defeated, reduced to dust in a single attack, and almost as if an exact mirror of the fate that Bardock shared in another timeline, King Vegeta fades away, putting his faith in the legacy he left behind. Next, however, Frieza turns his attention to the rest of the Saiyans. Back on planet Vegeta, King Vegeta's wife is sitting in their kingdom, and she says that she can feel that her husband has left this world. Having no time to grieve, however, she knows that if he's dead, that means that Frieza will be arriving momentarily as well, so she needs to move quickly in order to save their son. She scoops up baby Vegeta, and they head off, hoping to escape before Frieza destroys them all. She says that it pains her that she can't escape with him, but he has to survive no matter what, and that she would rather be killed than live with the pain of losing her son. She places him in a space pod, and then she begins to set the coordinates. In a last-ditch attempt to save Prince Vegeta indefinitely, she says that if she is to never see her son again, then she must assure that Frieza never will either, and she sets her son's coordinates to a faraway planet called Earth. This planet seems to be safe and suitable, being outside of the Frieza Empire, and the native combat level is relatively low. As she closes the space pod and it begins to prepare to take off, all she can do is look at her son for the last time, and she tells him that he must live far away from the poison that has infected their world, and to make friends, have a family, and to enjoy the life he's been blessed with. After her final farewell, the space pod launches, but the queen is tough, and she says that there's no time for mourning right now, as she must see this through to the bitter end, and she heads off into the kingdom. As she is running, however, something stops her in her tracks. She begins to feel shockwaves, and then it hits her. She races outside to see what the noise was, but when she gets outside, her face turns pale and she looks like she's seen a ghost, as she says it's all over now. When she looks up, a supernova the size of a small planet itself is headed straight towards them, and as the queen looks on at her inevitable demise, she shows no fear, and she says to Frieza that one day a powerful warrior will rise against them and challenge him for the throne, and when that happens, he will feel the pain of all of the races he enslaved, and in the next moment, her, along with the planet, are destroyed. Vegeta travels on throughout the universe, unaware of the events that had just taken place and how close he was to death. But for now, he is safe and will be arriving on Earth in due time. When we cut to the next panel, this is the first time we see Raditz and Nappa, and they seem to be in the middle of enslaving some planet somewhere. Nappa gets an alert on his scouter, and the next thing he says is that their home, planet Vegeta, was destroyed by a collision with a meteorite. He says that Lord Frieza sends his condolences, so in this timeline, the remaining Saiyans were lied to by Frieza as well, although things went a little differently. Raditz is shaken up, but Nappa says that they have to go let his brother know as well, so they head off to find Kakarot. Back on Earth sometime later, we see the Kame house for the first time. Turtle calls out to Master Roshi and says that there's a guest over, and when we see who it is, it's baby Prince Vegeta on the back of Turtle's shell. When Roshi asks where he found this baby, he says that Vegeta was just floating on top of a sphere in the ocean, that sphere being the space pod he landed in, of course. Turtle says that the sphere has probably sunk into the bottom of the ocean at this point, so they're never able to retrieve it. He says that the only thing that concerns him, however, is that the baby has a tail. Roshi deduces that the baby must not be from this world, and when he picks Vegeta up, being a Saiyan baby, he comes with a little more aggressiveness than usual, as Roshi finds out fast, and he acknowledges how oddly strong the baby is as well. He says that he's a little too old to keep up with the baby now, so at this point, Roshi doesn't quite know what to do because he can't keep Vegeta, but he obviously can't leave him to fend for himself either. This is when he first takes mention of knowing someone who may be able to take care of Vegeta. And in the next scene, we see Vegeta in the arms of Grandpa Gohan as Master Roshi brings the two together as if by fate. Master Roshi, being the caring friend that he is, was able to help fulfill his friend Gohan's long-held dream of having a son. And this is where the adventures of son Vegeta would begin throughout Dragon Ball, as he went on to live a life similarly to Goku, calling the Earth his home. That's gonna do it for this one, guys. This was just the prequel to a much bigger story called Dragon Ball Sai. So if you guys want to see more of that, make sure to let me know by leaving a like on this video. How different do you guys think the series would have been with Vegeta as the main character instead of Goku? I personally feel like the series would have definitely been a lot shorter if Vegeta kept his same personality, if that makes sense. Like, everything would move so fast because he's just beating everyone. But anyway, around the start of the new year, we'll probably be ready to start streaming on Twitch again, so make sure to follow me on there as well as on Twitter to stay updated on things like that. Also, if any of you guys are interested in Echo of Soul, be sure to click the link down below in the description to start playing ASAP. But anyways, have a great day, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye, guys.